Okay, so today we're going to be talking about time management. It is very important in the business world and in our personal lives that we are able to effectively utilize time management skills. Time management, the definition of this is the way that we decide to use our time in order to maximize our productivity and the conscious effort that we put into following that time that we set aside. It's one thing to mark in a calendar and say, I can manage my time, but it's another to actually do it. So, being able to implement whatever it is that you have written down in your calendar. And if you think about it, we all have the same amount of time. We all have 24 hours in a day. Yet, why is it that some people are so much more productive than others? You look at Oprah Winfrey or even Einstein, and they've accomplished so much, and yet they have the same amount of time in a day. So, how do they do it? Let's take a look at some tips. So, first of all, we're going to audit our time. Be honest with yourself. How are you spending your time? Are you focusing on necessary tasks? Are you studying? Are you doing your homework? Are you taking time out for yourself to exercise? Or are you playing video games on social media, binge watching a favorite show on Netflix, or worse, sleeping? Okay, so let's evaluate our time. It's called a time audit. Next, you're going to plan for your week ahead of time. So usually people will plan Sunday to Sunday, but for this exercise, we're going to be planning from Friday to Friday. What I like to do the night before is I make a list of all the things I have to accomplish in that day so that I can properly schedule them into the planner. So even though I have chunks of time blocked off on my calendar, things come up at the last minute and you're going to want to put those in under your things to do list and make sure that you block off essential time for them the next day. So I make my list the night before. You should prioritize those things. So take maybe your top 3 items that need to get accomplished. Maybe they have an upcoming deadline or it's a very large project and you need to work on it because it's going to take so much time. If they have those deadlines or it really needs to get done, it's urgent and pressing, prioritize those in your top 3 because you don't want it to be down at the bottom. And as you're checking off your list, you get down to the bottom and go, oh my gosh, that was due and now I'm out of time. So you want to make sure your top 3 are at the top. You're going to block your time, meaning, maybe I set the hours between 7 and 9 to study for a test, right? So you're going to block off that 2-hour time period and you're not going to do anything else. What you should be doing is using your cell phone and technology by setting a phone alarm so that at the end of that study block, 9 o'clock, your alarm goes off and now you can switch gears. Maybe now it's time for you to watch your favorite show, right? So you set an alarm in between every block that tells you to move on. It is better to do one thing rather than multiple things. They say don't multitask. I know that back in the day, or even currently, some people will be like, oh, I can multitask. Really, you can't. Okay, researchers have already disproven this myth. They want you to focus. And to do so, you need to focus on just one thing, not multiple things. You'll be much more productive if you are focused and ready on just one task. So turn off your cell phone, turn off the TV, and save those for your break time. Speaking of break times, you're going to want to schedule breaks between all of your tasks. Typically, 90 minutes is about all your brain can take at one time. So get the hamster off the wheel and relax your mind a little bit after every 90-minute increments. You're going to maybe want to drink some water, go for a walk, do some squats, check your phone at that time and look through your Instagram or whatever. But that's when you do it, is on your break time. Set your alarm so that you know when it's time to go back to work. Otherwise, you're just going to keep on taking a break. All right, we don't want that to happen. It's a waste of your time. And then lastly, we need to use your calendar to block off that scheduled time. Be responsible for the items that are on your calendar. And I do use the term calendar very loosely because calendar can mean the Google Calendar, right? Which now everyone's using technology, so it is very effective. I do like it because if I leave the house and I'm running some errands, I can still see what I have to do that day because it's on my phone. I can easily get to my Google Calendar that way. But I am old school. And I feel like it keeps me a lot more organized when I actually use a planner and I block time off in my planner. I also have a very busy schedule like everyone else who's involved in things and they go to school and they work and, that sort of thing. Um, Not only do I teach for Southgate, but keep in mind, this is kind of like a first year teacher all over again because I have to take time now to redo all of my curriculum to make it fit for online learning or remote learning. Additionally, I mentioned to you before, I think that I do teach 2 college classes online, and I'm in an accelerated master's program trying to tackle my second master's degree. That's not all. I have a family, I have friends, and I have 2 puppies that are very, very needy. They're 10 months old. And so I do have them in training, and I have to take them there once a week. And they go to day camp once a week. So there's a lot of things that I need to schedule in and block time off in order to be productive. So I'm going to close this video and make another video for you to see how I want you guys to go through and schedule your time. But just so that you can see, this is my planner. I use a great big planner like this and it organizes all my time. I have it set so that I can use by month like this, and I block chunks of time by days. And you'll see some stuff is highlighted. That means that it's more important than other things. And I really like this planner because not only does it go by month, but it also goes by day, right? So on the daily one, it goes from today's schedule at 6 a.m. down to 8 p.m. And I can block off chunks of time for classes and prep time and things like that. And then there's a to-do list. My priority list is at the top for my top 3, and a section for notes. All right. So it is very useful to get yourself a planner. If you can't get a planner, just write it in a calendar, or remember to use your technology and go to Google Calendar. All right. We're going to go on to the next video so that I can show you what I expect that you can do for your assignment. And it is graded. Thanks.